Hello, it's Delegate Hough here for our weekly update, and today it's all about the Second Amendment. Today there are thousands of people down here for a hearing on Governor Martin O'Malley's gun control bill, which is House Bill 294. Literally, the streets have been shut down here. There's 1,000 people signed up to testify against this legislation. So there's been a strong outcry. In my office alone yesterday, there were 8,000 emails against House Bill 294. And I want to talk about just real quickly one of the main problems with this bill. Now, you may have heard a lot of different things about the assault weapons and magazine capacity. Well, here's just the main point of why you should be against this bill. Now, right now, the Supreme Court has said if somebody is a criminal, they don't have to register that they have a firearm because they would be incriminating themselves. They'd be basically admitting to the police that they have broken the law by having a firearm. But a law-abiding citizen under this legislation, in order to buy a handgun, you have to go to the gun store, you have to give them all of your fingerprints. Now, remember that in order to normally to be fingerprinted, you'd be arrested. In fact, we have another law which we're debating right now, which is DNA, that you have to be arrested before they can even take your DNA. So here, just to practice your Second Amendment right, you have to give them your fingerprints, you're going to have to pay a licensing fee, you may even have to take a test. Now, remind you, this is for your Second Amendment in order to practice it. There's no other amendment, your First Amendment, your Fifth Amendment, your Fourth Amendment. None of the other amendments are limited in this way where you have to take a test, you have to give them your fingerprints. And so I view this as completely unconstitutional. The Founding Fathers were clear on this. The right to keep and bear arms shall not be infringed. So I think this is an issue that is bigger than guns and firearms. This is really about our liberty and our freedoms. And it's very important over the next couple of weeks that people watch how their representatives vote on this. Now, in the Senate, the bill basically passed easily, 28-19. So that means a number of Democrat senators who were in marginal districts basically thumbed their noses at the thousands of people that came down here and the thousands of emails and calls they received. That they were basically so arrogant that the people will not hold them accountable that they easily cast a vote to take away your Second Amendment right. So when this comes up in the House, this is your last chance, this is our last chance to stop this terrible infringement on our rights. And as I said, it's worth repeating. When this passes, you will have to go to the gun store and give the government all 5 of your fingerprints on record like any common criminal. And I think that's just completely wrong. That's not what our Founding Fathers had in mind, and that's not the American traditional values that we know of. We are a culture that values Second Amendment rights and values gun ownership. So until next week, I hope you have a blessed week.